the entire Siva Sivani family, I extend a warm and heartfelt welcome to each one of you all been eagerly looking forward to.
A very warm and energetic welcome to all the fresh faces and brilliant minds joining our institution this year.
Institutional excellence. Through steadfast dedication and innovation, the college has carved a distinctive niche for itself, emerging as a premier destination for undergraduate education.
Let's introduce you to the motto of a college, that is learn to serve and believe in creating global players. By global players, I mean that the Siva Sivani family stands apart from the global crowd. We welcome you with open hands, open minds, and above all, open hearts.
Firstly, it's a great honor and privilege to introduce Srimati R.T. Sampathy Ma'am, President and Chief Executive of SP Sampathy, in extending me a warm round of applause as we invite Srimati R.T. Sampathy Ma'am to the dais, accompanied by Ms. G. Neha from BSc second year. Now, I request Sachi from BBA second year to present a bouquet.
कंडमालं शरच्चन्द्रबालं महादैत्यकालं नभोलीलकायं दुराभारमायं सुपद्मासहायं भजेऽहं सदा बोधिवासं गलत्पुष्पहासं जगत्सन्निवासं सदा दैत्यवासं गदा चक्रशस्त्रं लसत्पीतवस्त्रं हसच्चारुवक्त्रं भजेऽहं रमाकण्ठहारं श्रुतिभ्रान्तसारं जलान्तर्विहारं धराभारहारं चिदानन्दरूपं मनोव्यस्वरूपं धृतानेकरूपं भजेऽहं Thank you.
The students of the second and final year of SSTC, the last but the new entrants, the first year students of SSTC, a hearty welcome to each one of the new student entering into the family. This is a batch which has a double significance for the group institutions, Siva Sivani Degree College in particular, because this is a batch which would be in their final year and involved in the celebrations of the Silver Jubilee of SSTC and the centenary celebrations of the founder of this group institute. Therefore, this batch holds a special place in our minds, a special place in our hearts. In addition to that, this batch will also be charged with a responsibility that is much more than the batches that have come in and passed out earlier of these institutions. Because in a landmark year, we would be looking for certain additional activities that should leave a lasting impression for students of the next batches that will be coming in. I would request the parents not to get this thought out of their mind that since their wards are now into the undergraduation course, their responsibility is only to have them admitted into a good institution. In fact, what the founder believed and what this institution still believes is, unless there is parental cooperation, unless the parents wholeheartedly look for the development of their ward, nothing significant can be achieved. It is not just the responsibility of the institution, but the equal responsibility of the parents to ensure that their wards spend their time in the right manner, in a positive manner, and allow themselves to be groomed for greater things in life. This is going to be a stepping stone. This is going to be a turning point in the life of every individual when he or she enters into an undergraduate course. From being schooled, from being taught, from being coached to appear at examinations and get through, you are now entering into a phase where you will be helped to learn. There will not be teaching at this level. Because teaching in its right sense is over at the school level itself, where you are taught the alphabet of the different languages, you are taught how to read, how to write, and your capability of understanding. But beyond that, there is nothing anybody can teach you as far as a language is concerned. And from here onwards, it will be more of your efforts on how much to learn, how much of an advantage do you take of the experience that your teachers have, how do you spend your time usefully with your friends, because every second from now on is going to be a foundation for your careers throughout your lives. So this is where you decide what to become, and therefore would have chosen the course that will lead you to your goal. But then unless you put in your total efforts, unless you're very conscious of what your goal is going to be, there's probably neither your parents nor your teachers will be able to help you. From here, the role of a teacher, the role of a parent is that of a guide. But then the efforts definitely have to be put in by the students. During your stay at this institution, you will not only be preparing yourselves to appear at the examinations, at the academic examinations, and be eligible for your certificates or degrees at the end of the course, but you will also be exposed to activities that have been thoughtfully designed to improve every basic skill that is required for you in your careers and life itself. So every minute that you spend at the institution, every activity that you take part in is going to teach you something which will make your path of progress much easier than probably what it would be for those who do not undergo this process. Therefore, no activity is unimportant. No activity can just be shrugged off. You You cannot even get a thought into your mind that you wouldn't participate actively in a particular activity because you do not like it. From our side, we will make every effort to ensure that you enjoy every activity that has been designed for you, both in and outside the class. But then, as the saying goes, we can only take the horse to a pond. We cannot make it drink. You have a vast repository of knowledge here. You have a vast repository of experience here, and also at home in your parents. And it is now totally up to you on how much you would want to absorb, on how easy would you want your career to be, how progressive your life should be, is now all dependent on you. There are activities designed which probably would be fun for you, such activities which you would be looking forward to. And there are activities which would also enhance your academic knowledge. So our advice to you is, despite being repetitive, I say it totally depends upon each individual student and how much he or she assimilates of the knowledge that is passed on to you, of the experience that is passed on to you, and how much of it is again used by you to ensure that you come out of tricky situations that life throws up at you each moment. I would also want each one of the students getting into the institute to spend some time alone thinking on what your goal should be and how are you going to achieve it. There are sayings which say that if your dreams are not big, your achievements probably will not be significant. But then only dreaming is not going to take any one of you anywhere. What a dream means is thinking of something with a passion to follow it up and achieve it. That is what is going to help you move forward. That is what has helped us move forward in our lives, and probably that is what has helped innumerable generations of human beings to move forward. Think big, dream big, but also put in efforts to achieve what you think of. I am reminded here of an anecdote, a true life story of an individual named Rowan Atkinson. I'm not sure how many of you sitting here would relate to that name, whose appearance looked very funny. In fact, it looked like he was not from this planet but an alien. And to top this, he had an issue with his speech. Because every few words he would start stuttering. He faced a lot of hardships during his school days, where his friends would make fun of him, where he would be bullied by almost everyone at school, where teachers were not satisfied with his performance. And later in life, one of his school teachers said that she did not find anything significant in Rowan Atkinson while he was a school student. Despite all this boy started taking interest and concentrating on his studies, started doing better year by year, and by the time he finished his undergraduation course, he came out reasonably well as an engineering graduate, an electrical engineering graduate. both his parents. There's no one to support him further. But then taking up a part-time job, he joined himself in a master's course in electrical engineering. And here too, as in school, a majority of his classmates made fun of him, of his appearance, of his stammering. But then this man was determined to go far. Ignoring all that, he put in his efforts, got his master's in electrical engineering, and while at his postgraduate institution, he discovered in himself that probably he would be fit to make people laugh. And for that, he went and joined a school of acting, from where he was sent out within a week. But then he started literally begging people and started taking parts in different plays, dreaming that one day he would probably be able to appear in a show in the television. One evening, dejected that he was being discarded by people left, right and center, he started thinking on how do I turn my disadvantage into an advantage. And after a lot of thought, along with another friend, he co-authored a character called Mr. Bean. And in plays on stages, he started enacting the part of Mr. Bean, where his stammering actually turned into an advantage. Because this particular character, as most of you would have watched at least one show on the TV, you'll find that this man, Mr. Bean, appears to be out of this world, an alien, and there's quite a lot of stammering when he speaks, but then that is what makes people laugh. This is how Rowan Atkinson turned his disadvantage into an advantage. And similarly, each one of us, because no single human being is ever made perfect. And it also depends on us as an individual as to which side of this are we going to develop. Are we going to develop our positives, turn negatives into positives, or are we going to allow our negative side to develop and turn the positives into negatives? So this is something which nobody can teach you. This is something which nobody can help you with. It is each one of us as an individual who's got to think about it and take a call on what are we going to do, and this will become the base for what are you going to become in life. Having come into contact with the Siva Sivani group of institutions, each member sitting here, each parent who is new to this group institutions, each student who is new to this group institutions, is a member of this Colossus family called Siva Sivani for life. We do not believe that this contact is just for a couple of years, as long as you are students here, and for the parents, as long as you are WhatsApp students here. From now on, at any point in time in your life, whether you're here at the institution or out of it, whenever you feel that you're in trouble, whenever you feel that you need some help, welcome once again and wishing you all the very best. Thank you.
Thank you so much.